Hello, everyone. So today we're going to do something a little different. Somebody in the comments had asked if I could show all my custom nendoroids because the majority of them are Bandori, and we're not going to. They just stopped doing the Bandori line altogether. Um, so they asked if I could show them and some of my other custom nendoroids, but the majority of them are Bandori. Uh, so I first started doing this actually before they announced the original Bandori Nendoroids. So some of them are going to be characters that have a official Nendoroid because I had already made them or was in the process of making them um, as they were getting announced. Luckily, well, not luckily, Yukina, I was in the process. Like, I had all the parts for her, but then they announced her, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to use her parts for someone else that isn't. Because I think I ended up using her parts for, was it Mocha? Mocha ended up getting a release anyway. But it was I knew it was one of the girls I ended up using. It might have been Mocha that I used the parts for. Anyways, so yeah, like I started with just parts that I could put together that didn't need painting, didn't need altering. It just looked like the character, and then it kind of snowballed from there. But anyways, I was looking at these and I was like, okay, how am I going to display them? How am I going to talk about them? Because I kind of want to go through each one. Well, not each one, but like maybe a little snippet of each one. Um, but I looked at them and I was like, okay, I'm going to do the other custom Nendoroids at the end of the video. And first, I'm just going to go through the Bandori ones, and I actually put them in order from what I thought, as far as like what was the easiest to be made versus the more difficult character, or more advanced, as far as like sculpting and painting is concerned. I figured that might help, especially if like people are like wanting to start to make their custom Nendoroid, or they're like, oh, I really love that character. I wonder if it's easy to make, because some of them it really is. The only thing you have to do is really find the parts. And if there are any questions, like I don't know right offhand all the parts that I used for all of them, but if you do have any questions about the parts, you can put them down in the comments below, and I'll look that up for you and find out which Nendoroid parts you need for a particular character. Anyways, enough rambling. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to, well, flip the camera around. It's a phone. I'm going to flip it's still the camera on the phone. I'm going to flip it around, and we're going to take a look at the custom Bandori Nendoroids first. Well, I'll show you the one that when I pulled it out, I noticed an error. So I was like, okay, I need to go fix this immediately. So her hair is kind of drying, and I have to reset it again. So I probably will show her first, but she looks funny without hair. Um, anyways, let's get started. So yeah, this is Layer. She was the one with the hair issue. Um, it looked like a part of her hair had like this spot of like darker tone than the rest of it. And I think what it was is that when she first sent it to me, it already looked kind of dusty, because I actually tried to do it myself, but I messed up, had to scrape it, and I just don't have the tools to get into every nook and cranny. As far as like stripping away at the layers and I didn't want to scratch it, because I was using sandpaper. Um, but anyway, so it had that error in it, so I was like, okay, I can at least fix this. So I went downstairs immediately, started trying to paint it, And then I finally just took water and like just kind of went over it. That lets me know that it's not completely set, which still scares me for the rest of them. So I have the stuff to set it. It's just that I'm probably going to have to go and kind of wipe down all of these Nendoroids with a little bit of water, um, or like a wet cloth, but I don't want anything that has fuzzies on it. So I'm going to have to think about this. But somehow wipe them down and get the dust off of them before I reset them, before I use the sealer on them. I say reset them, but it's using the Mr. Super Clear on them, because they probably need more than one layer. And it really just depends on, sometimes it depends on the person that's doing it, if they're going to set it more than once. But I know my friend, when she's assisted me with painting, like the ones that she's done, I can just tell by the touch. Like the touch, they actually feel almost similar to um, a legit Nendoroid versus something that has been altered. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they need to be set more. It needs more than one layer of super clear on them. But I can do that myself. But at the same time, I just don't want any dust to set in. Anyways, so that is layer. As you can see, the only thing that was really altered other than her hair was her chest part. So yeah. Everything else didn't need any alterations other than her chest and her hair. So these are the first three that I had made, or that I put together basically. First is Rinko. I actually used Arissa's body, Mio Akiyama's hairpiece, and then I forgot the particular character that I used, that I got the faceplate from, but she, like I thought her face altogether looked like Rinko or reminded me of Rinko, so I think I took actually all three to use for Rinko. Because I know at least one other faceplate from the same character that has like a gentle smile, and I think both suited Rinko very well. Then there's Sayo. Sayo I actually had planned before I even put together Rinko, and I just saw the hair online, and I was like, "Oh, that's Sayo." And then I think I Googled green eyes, because I don't think Chibi Chop Shop was up and running at this time, because this was like several years ago. So because I did get the first round of Pop and Party Nendoroids when they first initially came out, and then they got like super expensive there for a minute before the re-release. Anyways, I actually used Tay's body, and I forgot the name of the hair, but we have an official release, so it doesn't really matter. But I did use Nero's faceplate, one of her faceplates. But yeah, I actually like all these bodies come from the Pop and Party original Bang Dream Nendoroids. I really wanted them to have more of a stage outfit. So what I did is I basically put them in bodies that they have a Alice in Wonderland theme. Lord have mercy, there was a big old brain fart just then. Yeah, their outfits each are based off of a different character from Alice in Wonderland, and I thought it gave them more of a stage presence, especially since at the time I had them kind of together with my Love Live Nendoroids that had their stage outfits. So they looked out of place. So that's kind of what I did with each and every one of them. And it was kind of fun being creative as far as that's concerned. And I think that may have started me into actually making the characters as well. Then we've got Kanan. The only thing that's really painted, even like nothing is painted of Rinko. The only thing that's painted of Sayo is the guitar. There's only two things that's painted of Kanan. It's her drum set and her bow. And I actually painted, this was the first thing I ever painted was the drum set. And I did a horrible job at it. I didn't put down any base for the paint. So the paint just kind of congealed, and then I didn't put any water in it or no nothing. I've gotten a little bit better. Not by much, but a little bit better. But yeah, like I actually like these drum sets better than the official drums that came with Sayo. Not Saya. Lord have mercy. Getting my Saya and Sayos mixed up. These don't take up as much space and they're all connected, where Sayas are all separated, and they have a tendency to fall over, and they don't stand on the stand just right because they keep falling in the holes. And I just finally, since the body I have her in is standing, I actually got a standing drum set from Chibi Chop Shop. It takes up way less space and it's a lot steadier. But yeah, I was like, let me paint her drum set because I had Saya's body, sitting body. So I was like, oh, I could have her sitting and playing the drums. And I did use the hair is Noel, and the faceplate is Hanyo. Actually, I really do think that faceplate does look like both of them, so it kind of worked out. Next we have, we have two Masakis. One in the bear, kind of like signifying the Michelle look, with the frightened look on her face. I have her posed with Kokoro normally, but I actually did the hair for these two myself. This one's a little bit rougher because the paint wasn't that great, and I kept on my brush started falling apart. Now actually you can see there's like a little piece of the brush like stuck in the hair. Anyway, I thought this one came out very nicely, with a little clip in her hair and her gray eyes. This is Akko, of course. I couldn't find a green plaited skirt that I liked. I had one for Locke, but it was too light for her winter uniform. Or for Akko's winter uniform. I guess I could have tried to find, but there was only one nendoroid body that had like the kind of vest as far as like the summer uniforms that the girls have, and it was a little bit more busty, and at the time I wasn't like into like altering stuff. I guess I could do that now, but anyway, the skirt, the plaited green skirt that I used for Locke was like a random Miku that is rather hard to find nowadays. Anyways, I decided to put her in one of those the goth Lolita outfits. I think it looks good on her, actually. I was actually like, after I put her in this body and stopped looking for the other one, I was like, you know what? I actually like her in this outfit. She looks cute. Now we're getting into this isn't that bad because the hair wasn't done. It was just Shauna. The eyebrows, I did the eyebrows myself. That's from Mordred. Yes, Mordred. But the upper body is from a school uniform haiku boy, one of them, one of the ones you can't find for under $100 anymore. I actually found this. I think I might have either bought him or got him off a Chibi Chop Shop, or gotten this off a Chibi Chop Shop. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing that's painted. I actually got the skirt. Like I thought the skirt was close enough. Um, and same thing with the headphone things. I finally found some of these because I had been using something else, but I actually like these better. I was going to alter them, but like I actually like it like this. And I was afraid that if I altered it and painted it, that the paint would get on the actual hair part. So I have an extra one, and I may eventually try to do that. But for right now, I think she looks good the way she is. Here we have Mashiro. The only thing that's done for her is this in here. The only reason why I put her above Choo Choo as far as like the difficulty is because I had to do some sculpt work on the collar. Um, but yeah, like there's only this piece that's really altered from her. The other dress parts came from oh, what is her name from Zombieland Saga? Um, but yeah, and then this was a Fate character, and then this was one of the Sword Boys. Um, but yeah, that's Mashiro. Hiding this girl. I'm hiding the other ones. Gotta save the bonus for last. Um, then we've got Locke, of course, one of my favorites. I think she's adorable. It makes me happy every time I look at her. The tie was painted to match the skirt, and then the my friend had actually painted this hair, and like you feel it and it feels completely sealed. Like some of the other ones that I had someone else do, like it doesn't, it feels rough. So I'm almost thinking I need to go back and reseal some of this stuff. But anyways, yes, that is Locke. She's gorgeous. My friend even did the star um, on her little barrette. Like she's just so precious, and the eyebrows were painted. Um, Next to her is masking. Masking, I had to alter her and then like fill in this part, but I didn't use milliput at the time, and I think I just used regular clay like I did with Locke, and so like the paint kind of set in versus it being it being smooth. Because even Locke, you can see like the two holes, like they're filled in, but they still come up. But it doesn't bother me because it's not like I'm going to be like hovering over her, even though I am ridiculously tall. I didn't have the designs done on her. I guess I could go back and do them. I thought about doing it with a sticker, um, but it's just a whole lot because it's very detailed. But anyways, moving on, we have Lisa because we had to complete the Roselia set. The person that did this for me, I think actually did like a really good job on the highlights in her hair because Lisa does have those highlights. The face came from a Cancoli girl. I forgot where the skirt came from, but it was like I think it was a super old nendoroid. And then this is the only one that I've seen that has that kind of summery uniform. And the tie was painted to match the skirt. Then we have Eve, and Eve was actually done by my friend Brittany, who did the other ones, and she to this day is still one of my favorites. I do need to do a repair on her. I don't know how she got scraped up, but I could probably do a little bit of patchwork because I've gotten to the point where I'm decent enough with paint that I can like patch some of my customs. I can patch some of the legit ones that I get. But anyways, her hair was done. I love the shading in her hair that she did for Eve. Of course, it's a Pop and Party body. And then this actually came from Lynn. And she painted it purple because that's the kind of keytar that Eve uses. Next to her is Mocha, and just like Sayo, I did Mocha prior to the actual release of the official Mocha nendoroid. Her hair was painted. Like, I think everything was painted on her except for like her skirt. But yeah, like, she's still super cute. Like, I still love her to death, and I think it's really cute because it makes it look like she's eating bread. And we all know she loves her bread. Anyways, and here is Nanami. My actual favorite from Morphonica, just because she was kind of like weird and quirky, and I like the way I have it. Like with Mocha, I have a thing with characters that speak in strange ways or different ways. But the coolest thing about her is that is actually Mami Tomoe's faceplate, which is crazy. I had somebody reach out to me on the Nendoroid page, and they actually put a light bit of paint over it and to change the color of the eyes. And I thought that was so wild. Like, you can't even really tell it's been painted. I did the sculpt work of the collar and the cat barrette. Here is probably the most advanced. This is Perio from Reza Sulian. The person that did her, like, I swear, like, it's insane how much detail she got in that shirt. I thought that was crazy when I first saw her. I think everything of hers is painted, and I actually did sculpt work on her shoes. She has two different hair pieces, a front and back, that I had to alter to get them to fit. But yeah, she is super cute. I think the only thing that isn't painted is her face. Yeah, like, definitely one of my favorites. Like, she's super cute and super pretty. Anyways, let's go to the rest of them. Okay, so these are the bonus round. I actually have two Sailor Moon ones. This one, this one's kind of like a casual, like, put together, because I was like, when the Inuyasha Nendoroids got announced, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I could use the hair from Kagome and the body from Kikyo and make a Rei Hino in her priestess uniform. So that's what I did. The face is actually from what is her? Why can't Maki? Yes, Maki from Love Live. The only thing is, and the thing I would suggest anyone who ever uses this hairpiece, seal it. Get you some Mr. Super Clear and seal the crap out of it. Because any faceplate that you use with this hair is going to stain. I know they had a big problem with Kagome's default face staining. Like, I don't know if you can find one that isn't stained. But yeah, and they decided not to do anything about it because it doesn't really touch the other parts of the hair. But the thing about it is if you want to use this faceplate on anything else, you can't. But yeah, word to the wise as far as that's concerned. This one is actually one of my favorites. It didn't take much, but there's a couple different parts from it. And I actually used two different school uniforms because I actually took the bow that was on this one because I think it was a tied bow, and I actually pulled it off and put this on there instead, and then I put some milli putts to make it stay, and painted white around the gray parts. But yeah, I absolutely love this. This is, of course, Minako Aino, Sailor Venus from Sailor Moon. I have her sitting by my desk. She's one of the things that actually makes me smile at work every day. But yeah, I say that, and yet Usagi Tsukino is, of course, my favorite. But yeah, anything Sailor Moon I love, and I wish they would make Nendoroids, but I know it's going to be impossible because Bandai holds on to the Sailor Moon franchise like it's going out of style. But then at the same time, like their quality isn't always the best, which kind of sucks because you really do. I really would like a high quality Sailor Moon product. So, but I ended up making one myself. So here is Shinobu from Piki Piki, going back to kind of more of the Bushy Road things. She is actually, she's one of my new favorites. I absolutely love how she came out. She's super pretty. I love the ombre effect. I still have a Rika that's in the works. I have a lot of additional things that I have to glue to her. But it kind of makes me nervous and I want to have enough time to do so. So I just keep putting it off. I also have I have another character from D4DJ, that I have the parts for, but I think I'm going to take a hiatus from customization until I learn how to do the painting myself. Cause I really do want to learn how to do the painting. It's just that a lot of the parts have are just expensive. So I'm going to try to learn or get a little bit better before I jump back into trying to paint myself. But yeah, like this one came out. I love it. This is Ritsu's hair, and I actually altered it to have the bow. I'm surprised that it stayed up and in one piece and looks decent. And then this came from one of the, what is it? Hypnosis mic guys. So it came with a disc and I was like, that's perfect. She's the DJ of the group. And then I found I forgot where the face came from because I had another face originally, but I saw this face and I was like, oh my gosh, that worked for her much better. And I'm so glad I did. But of course the eyebrows had to be painted because, she don't have her bangs. She don't have her bangs down. You got to see that forehead. Okay. And then last is Elma from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid in her office clothes, I guess you would say, like office lady Elma. But yeah, she came out super cute. I'm keeping her in this because she has a big problem with dusting too, and she's, her colors are more dark. So I kind of want to keep her from getting as dusty as much as I possibly can. But I may end up having to wipe her down too. Now I actually took an X-Acto knife to her hair to alter it. So that was an experience, and I didn't actually I didn't cut myself. So there's that. But yeah, I also altered the chestal area to make it to where the coat came together and buttoned. But yeah, I'm happy with how she came out. Now I actually had her in the works planned. The lady who painted for me, she had her before the others got announced. So I'm actually happy because Toru is my favorite, but I saw these parts and I was like, you know what? I can make an Elma because they aren't making Dragon Maid Nendoroids, but now they're making Nendoroids of all these older series or these popular series that they didn't make back in the day. So you just never know nowadays. That's probably also why I think I might be taking a break from customizing. Is like at this point, like they have a Fashugi Yugi Nendoroid coming out. Like I would have never in my wildest dreams think that that would happen. So yeah. Um, but like I said, if anyone has any questions or like they like one of the Nendoroids and they're like, oh, what parts did you use? Just leave it in the comment and I can look all that stuff up for you. But I hope you enjoyed this impromptu video. I know it's kind of low key. I mean, my videos aren't like high quality anyway, but like I think it was like less quality than normal because I'm sitting here holding the phone, so it might have been a little shaky. Um, but yeah, like I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. And yeah, let me know if any of y'all are into customizing or getting into customizing. I feel like customizing Nendoroid dolls might be a little bit easier, and I actually thought about maybe possibly doing or going down that route with some. Um, I actually thought about maybe doing Kanata with a Nendoroid doll, but I've never, I don't own a Nendoroid doll, but I've been kind of warming up to them lately. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think and leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Later.